Welcome back. Welcome back. Your man Diamond K in here, of course. RadioOnFire.com and the all-new RadioOnFire.com. A lot of things that I want to get into today. A lot of topics that we're going to be bringing to the surface. The CDC has come up with some new guidelines. They have update. I guess the word is updated their guidance with regards to COVID-19, masking, outdoor masking. So we're going to talk about that. COVID-19 is not over. It is something that I predict is going to be with us going forward in some degree. And so the CDC has made some updates with regards to what they're calling fully vaccinated people. Fully vaccinated folks, of course, that have taken the shot in the arm. So we're going to talk about that. Of course, tonight, the president is going to make his first. They don't officially call it the State of the Union, your first year in office, but he's going to do everything that you do in the State of the Union normally. It's going to be at the same place. He's going to address the full Congress, everything that happens during the State of the Union. But the reason why they don't call it State of the Union, obviously, he hasn't been in office that long to give a full assessment of the State of the Union. So they, they play games with the words, but I mean, it is what it is. Of course, Diamond K in the morning on the all-new RadioOnFire.com. I am here daily giving my opinion. Many things that I say are fact, though. There are some opinions lodged in there. Politics, entertainment, trending topics, Baltimore news, Atlanta news, American news. That's what we are covering. But as I said, CDC has updated some things, and the CDC, of course, under the previous administration took a hit as far as credibility. The fact that a pandemic came and the guidance has been shaky during the last administration, that obviously caused the hit in just the way folks look at the CDC. Right, so they're trying to they're in the rebuilding stages. The CDC in rebuilding stages. Anyway, CDC updating its guidance as far as masks and outdoor use. So these new guidelines state that fully vaccinated people can visit fully vaccinated people indoors with no masks or distancing. Visit with low risk unvaccinated people from a single household with no masks or distancing. Now, my issue is that it would help if the guidance that the CDC outlines, if this guidance, if they kept the same vein across the board, if it was consistent. So many inconsistencies. Okay, let's understand this. They say that it is low risk, right? The vaccine does not prevent you from getting COVID-19. So how can they say that the visits are low risk? If that's the case, everything's low risk. This vaccine does not prevent you from getting COVID-19. It only minimizes symptoms. So I just think that a lot of what the CDC puts out is inconsistent. A lot of what they put out is inconsistent. So that can cause people to be confused, not trust what they say. But the vaccine is upon us. A lot of folks taking it, and that's fine. But I just don't want them to oversell what the vaccine is. Here in the program, Dominic K in the Morning, we deliver the biggest political and trending news stories of the day with interviews and original reporting from across the country. Emanating from our studios in Baltimore and Atlanta. Show is fun, show is upbeat, but I also want to expose what's really happening in this country. Radio on Fire is Black Voices giving you the American story. New episodes of the program Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. But I don't want you to miss any of our live broadcasts throughout the day. In addition to the 8 a.m. program, we drop content as news happens. So hit that notification bell so you get an alert whenever we go live. So back to the CDC and all that they're talking about. As I said, new guidance from the CDC. Fully vaccinated people no longer have to wear masks outdoors when they are walking, running, or biking outdoors with members of your household. You're attending a small outdoor gathering with fully vaccinated family and friends. Attending a small outdoor gathering with people fully vaccinated and unvaccinated people. Dining at an outdoor restaurant with friends from multiple households. So here's my question about this new guidance from the CDC. So it says that fully vaccinated people no longer have to wear masks outdoors. Now here's the one that really sticks out to me. When they're attending a small outdoor gathering with fully vaccinated and unvaccinated people. They don't have to wear a mask. So outdoors, they're saying people shouldn't be wearing masks. Is that it's so confusing. So confusing. So the unvaccinated person that's at this event, so they have a mask on, they don't have a mask on. I mean, how are they saying that this is transmitting? Are they changing how this is transmitted now? Because based on this, everybody's good. When, of course, everybody is not good. Diamond K in the Morning is available on the WRF Radio app. Simply download WRF Radio in your app store. Leave me a comment. Scroll your timeline, attend a Zoom meeting on mute. Do some online shopping, send an email, all while listening to Diamond K in the Morning. The weekday lineup over at WRF Radio. DJ Cornbread with the Midday Mix. The beautiful Morgan Brittany hosting their Top 10 at 10 countdown. So definitely check them out over there at WRF Radio. And so the outdoor masking guidance that they have updated CDC, it really echoes what many Americans are already doing. You know, some people are wearing masks outdoors. Many are not. So those federal mask guidelines, in many instances, kind of behind what people are already doing. So yesterday, the CDC eased those guidelines, instructing folks that they don't have to wear these masks outdoors. Fully vaccinated Americans don't need to cover their faces anymore unless they are in a big crowd of strangers. Now, if you know the people, then I guess you don't have to, What? A crowd of strangers? I mean, this is it's very inconsistent. Those who are unvaccinated can go outside without masks in some situations. So do we have to get vaccinated? I mean, so if the people that are not vaccinated, the people that are vaccinated have the same rules, what's the purpose of the rules again? For most of the past year, the CDC has been advising Americans to wear masks outdoors if they are within 6 feet of one another. So if we're at a rally or a protest or a concert or a sporting event that's outdoors, do you wear a mask or not? Because that's with the strangers. It's confusing. Let's go back to these guidelines again. All right. Fully vaccinated people no longer have to wear masks outdoor when walking, running, or biking outdoors with members of your household. Attending a small outdoor gathering with fully vaccinated family and friends. attending a small outdoor gathering with people fully vaccinated and unvaccinated people, dining at an outdoor restaurant with friends from multiple households. These are the CDC's latest guidelines. So yesterday, as they updated their guidance, CDC, Louisiana's governor partially lifted the state's mask mandate. The first Democratic governor to make this move since Joe Biden has been president. Elsewhere, local government leaders have been doing away with mask rules in many states. Face coverings are infrequent sight indoors, let alone outside in many places. So, some people say that masks are ridiculous. They're not helping. This is about control and fear. It ain't about nothing but control and fear. That's what she says. She's 73 years old from Montgomery, Alabama. So since the start of the pandemic, the government has been struggling to accomplish some consistency in the public health measures. They change from state to state. CDC has issued guidelines on masks, social distancing, travel, and other activities, but it is up to governors on whether to adhere to these measures. Some states never had mask mandates, while others still have them. So it is real loose out here. It is a free-for-all. So this new guidance they claim is representative of another carefully calibrated step on the road back to normal. The new normal from this coronavirus outbreak has killed 570,000 people in this country thus far. I think that they're throwing everything out the window, pretty much. They claim that they're still watching it closely and monitoring every situation. But for the most part, I think by summertime, this whole thing, they're going, man, what mask? Do you plan on still wearing your mask? Things are easing up. But then you look at a place like India. They have 200,000 dead, So India is going through it right now. They're having a deadly virus surge. And this surge, and I hope this doesn't happen here. So India's death toll from COVID-19 has surpassed 200,000. They have a surge sweeping the country. And this surge is rooted in so-called super spreader events that were allowed to happen in the months after India thought that they had the pandemic under control. Does this sound like America right now? Because Americans think that this is under control. Americans think this is all good. Some people like Judy from Alabama, 73-year-old, says masks are hurting. I mean, if you look at India, cases are surging in India. A lot of people in India. So there was some series of very crowded events, like mass rallies by politicians, religious holidays, pilgrimages, and people relaxed their vigilance. Good Lord. They relaxed their vigilance and did not wear masks, did not keep social distancing. This is in India. The health ministry today reported close to 3,300 deaths in the last 24 hours. So, yeah, I don't know. This is a surge going on there, and it has sent the health system in India to near collapse. I keep highlighting, and I'm talking about India because, because what they're going through. But in addition to that, they thought that they were on the other side of this. So they laxed everything. They weren't wearing the masks. They were not doing social distancing. They were having large mass events because they thought they were over this. Is this our future? Because we think we're over it. We think this is done. Hospitalizations and deaths in India have reached record highs. Patients are suffocating because hospitals are using up the oxygen supplies. It's a lot going on over there. So we are following this closely. I just don't want this to be America. I don't want it to be anybody. A lot of things going on. So COVID-19, I don't care what the CDC says, you still must remain cautious. I know some of you like, balls to the wall, whatever. But they can switch this up in a minute. CDC guidance. Let's look at that one more time. So new CDC guidance. The guidelines have been updated. Fully vaccinated people can visit fully vaccinated people indoors with no mask. Visit with low risk unvaccinated people from a single household with no masks or distancing. According to the CDC. Did I say that the CDC does not have the same level of respect that they once had? Now maybe they can get it back. It's possible. I don't know. India grieving 200,000 dead, with many more probably uncounted. So the President Biden, closing in on that 100-day mark. Biden is encouraging people to get the shot. He really spent his first 100 days in office encouraging Americans to mask up, stay home to slow the spread of the coronavirus. Now he wants to get things back to normal, which makes sense. We want things to get back to normal. No doubt about that. No doubt about that at all. So I want things to be back to normal, but I also want things to be safe. And I'm sure that the president wants the same thing. When he entered office, Biden tried to move quickly to overcome some of the issues with the vaccine supply. But ending the pandemic has to be a central challenge to this presidency. He's been trying to move faster than many people would expect with regards to things that he wants to roll out. Because really, a president has 2 years to really try to get things done. After that, there's a midterm election, which can really spiral things and kind of tie the president's hands. That's just the way government works. It's one of the many downsides to government. Going forward, success for Joe Biden will mean finishing the vaccination campaign. It's a very Herculean task. To date, 43% of Americans have received at least one shot. The goal is the often talked about herd immunity, Yeah. CDC said that they're excited about progress that has been made and the opportunity ahead of us. And because of the vaccination program we've built, we're further along than almost anyone predicted. They said that they think that it means that we are closer to returning to normal. That's a statement. You know what I mean? That's I don't know if I guess we're closer to returning to normal. What is normal? What is normal? The country has gotten tired of lockdowns. You can be tired of a lockdown all you want. The lockdown was necessary. Is there tension within the administration? Anybody tracking public mood knows that the more you could lay out a firm roadmap, the better people in this country will feel. They want to know what's going to happen. Where are we going? What's the plan? But if they just kind of think that we're just kind of winging it or there's no end in sight, some folks are going to be anxious. I guess I understand that. Was Biden elected to bring an end to the pandemic? I think that when the choice was between Biden and Trump, folks correctly thought that Biden's administration would give Americans a better chance of seeing through this. If the president's able to get people back to some kind of normal, he's going to get an enormous amount of credit. Now, keep in mind, Trump's going to try to take credit too. And he does deserve some credit for the mess. He deserves credit for the mess that we're in. Did he cause it? No. But under his leadership, things really went worse than they had to. Definitely. Things went worse than they had to. Just tuning in, Don McKay in the morning on the all-new radioonfire.com. Get breaking news, adult conversation, covering topics that are important to Black culture. Visit radioonfire.com for our original radio podcast and TV programs. You want to support Don McKay in the morning? Very easy to do that. Cash.app/$DJ Diamond K on Cash App $DJ Diamond K. I'm able to deliver our news and our views on Diamond K in the morning because of our listeners, sponsors, and of course your donations. Diamond K in the morning is powered by the people, and we need your support on social media at the Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire. Anywhere you get podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify. We are out there. Facebook, IGTV, YouTube.com/DJ Diamond K. Lot of things. 100 days. Does it seem like 100 days that President Biden and Vice President Harris have been in office? Time flies. Okay, I'm going to tell you something else crazy. It's been 6 months since the election. Is this time going by quick or what? Time is flying by. Now, some people, despite the CDC's guidance, want to keep their mask on. I'm one of those people. I'm people. But what are you doing? Are you keeping your mask on? Whatever the CDC says, are you just taking that and running with that? U.S. health officials, as I said, announcing yesterday that fully vaccinated Americans don't need to wear masks. Don't need to wear masks. They said that these outdoor activities are safe. Now, let me say this. If I'm not around people and I'm outdoors, I don't wear a mask. But if I'm going to be in close quarters with some folks that I don't know like that, I mean, you got to do what you feel. They say that we want people to pay attention to science, and that's true. However, this is a new thing. Scientists don't know everything. Baltimore's Mayor Brandon Scott said earlier this week, talk of not wearing masks outdoors is reckless. Tell us how you really feel, Mayor Scott. Governor Larry Hogan is expected to comment about the COVID-19 updates today at 4 p.m. So we're going to bring that to you. Here's the thing, right? Let's say you're at a restaurant, indoor restaurant. You have your mask on until they bring you your water or your food. Then you take it off. You're indoors. I mean, do we need the mask? Do you not need the mask? Are the masks comfort? Are they doing anything? Is the vaccine doing anything? We don't know any of this stuff. We're just out here freeballing it. Because this is a new thing. This is a new virus that we are dealing with. Talk about the numbers. Maryland has recorded 445,493 cases of COVID-19. Health officials said this today. That is 1,002 more than the day before. Maryland's Department of Health 7-day positivity rate is now at 3.89%, which is down 0.15% from the day before. There are 1,093 Marylanders currently in the hospital. 37 less than the day before. 272 people in intensive care. So we talk about coronavirus tests. The state has conducted a total of 9,614,621 COVID-19 tests. 3 million of those have come back negative. So that means about a lot of positive tests. Now, as far as confirmed deaths so far, state deaths, Maryland, 8,521 confirmed deaths so far. Just wanted to run some of the numbers past folks. We are, at least in Baltimore, in the upper 80s. Going to hit the upper 80s today. Crazy. So CDC letting you know the latest. They're saying that Americans can now wear masks. Go maskless, excuse me. That's what it is. Lastly, the State Board of Education recommends in-person classes full-time fall 2021. State Board of Elections said yesterday, unanimously approving a resolution recommending all public schools be open 5 days a week for in-person instruction next year. Interesting. Is it time? The resolution also offered school systems the option to seek an exception from the requirement. The state school board president, Clarence Crawford, admitted that the resolution is not legally binding, but he says that he thinks that it's necessary. I think that we are doing harm to children when you look at some of the studies, especially some of the economic studies that he's looked at They voiced concerns that the impact of this COVID-19 period could potentially last for a lifetime. So could death from COVID-19. You got to weigh that out. I hate when adults, supposedly educated people, say things like the measures that we're taking to prevent or safeguard people are hurting the kids. We often hear about people talking about the ills of educating their kids at home. There's some good stories as well. Those good stories are not talked about enough. Many kids are doing better reading because they're home and able to work on it more, and parents that can help do that. Now, some parents don't have all of the skill set to do that, but that doesn't mean that they can't work on something too. There's good and bad in everything. There's good and bad in everything. And I just think that it's so irresponsible to now say that the measures that have been taken to protect people by you staying in your house, the place where you live, is hurting you. It ain't like these kids is outside playing in traffic. They're in the house. They're going to be, when they get home from school, they're going to be on the computer anyway. Oh, well, that computer at after school, that's not hurting you. It's computer during school that's hurting. I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna keep our eye on that. Seems like a very strong armed maneuver. Are they going to be back in school or not? We're going to see that. More than likely, I think that schools are going to be back open in the fall. Now, we could be setting ourselves up for what India is going through, and this could be a complete disaster. But time's going to tell, because the natives are restless. The people are ready to, they're mad. They're tired of lockdowns and masks and the government trying to help them. I said this many times before. I'm usually not the person that likes to say, I told you so. But if there's going to be an opportunity, I hope that I don't have to come back and say, I told y'all so. Hopefully that's not the case. But time's going to tell. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, at The Diamond K Show, at Radio and Fire, of course, Diamond K in the morning. Weekdays, 8 a.m. Delivering the biggest political and trending news stories of the day. I mean, I like to have fun here. I like to talk funny things. But everything ain't a damn joke. Cash App, $ DJ Diamond K. We will be back. Of course, as I said, the president speaking tonight. This unofficial State of the Union. They don't call it the State of the Union, right? Not for the first time. They don't call it the State of the Union for the first time. The $1.8 trillion plan that Biden has, child care, student aid, the American Families Plan, would expand access to education and child care, would be financed partially through higher taxes on the wealthiest Americans, those making over $400K a year. And they are crying, oh no, we make $400,000 a year. You can't pay more taxes. Stop your blood clot whining. You got the money. Whenever folks with money have to pay more taxes, they say, that's socialism, it's communism, it's every ism that you can come up with. Don't want to pay nothing. Not a penny more. Whole bunch of Scrooge McDucks. Today, the Biden administration detailing the $1.8 trillion collection of spending increases and tax cuts that he hopes it expands access to education, reduces the cost of childcare, and supports women in the workforce. All financed by higher taxes on the wealthy, the highest earners, the people that got it. Call it the American Families Plan. Of course, that follows the $2.3 trillion infrastructure package that Biden introduced last month, bringing his two-part package of economic proposals to just over $4 trillion. He's going to present more details tonight, no doubt. Joint session of Congress. Here's the thing that's funny. Republicans specifically, because they're the ones crying about this in the government, right? When it comes time to roll out some military equipment, some stuff for the Army, $4 trillion, it doesn't matter how much it is. They with it. But if it's something to help regular people and they can't make money off of it, then they start complaining. Then they say, we got to be physically conservative. Yeah, but when it comes time to spend the money on the crap that y'all want to spend money on, it's all good. This is the people's money. Let's be clear about that. This is the people's money. This comes from your taxes. Right? This is going to be a challenging plan for Biden. I'm not sure if this is going to happen, but I will give him credit for he has some big, bold strategies that he's trying to put forward early. That's all he can do. Learning from mistakes made in the Obama administration, trying to pull back and hold back. They ain't holding back nothing. Biden administration, balls to the wall. Balls to the wall. Expanded access to government, subsidized preschool and community college. Definitely have a broad appeal. That's something that's in here. Definitely. Expanding access to pre-K. Very helpful. The regular, everyday person, they matter the most. And they get the least. And rich people want to continue to push them down. It's class war. Right? So that's what we are facing. I'm very interested in what the president has to say tonight. We are going to be streaming that live here at radioonfire.com. As always, Diamond K in the Morning, powered by the people. Your support is appreciated. So I'm going to be back later on today. A lot of things going on, radioonfire.com. We have major announcements and all that kind of good stuff. But I will be back later on today.